Hello again, listeners, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. I am your host, Solomon, and as usual, my co-host, Chama. Chama Nakam. Seems like it's
Boy,
been a while.
yeah, boy, long time, man. Long time. Why you cool, man?
Oh,
Yeah, bah.
cool, man. Cool, boy. Santa Bilai. Every time we go on international break, it seems like we have been off for like a month or so. So, yeah, it's good to be back.
Surely.
Okay, so today we're going to discuss Game Week 8 preview. We're going to talk about the recap of Game Week 7 results. And Chama is going to talk about the stats summary and the mini league update, the Kotu Classic FPL podcast, mini league. And then we talk about the most anticipated Game Week 8 fixtures. And then we talk about our teams. We haven't been doing well. I would say I haven't been doing well, but anyway, Chama is up there in somewhere
I've
else
not
in
been
the
doing
realm.
well.
And we talk about also my failed wildcard for Game Week 7, which is very disappointing. But anyways, yeah, we'll talk about some what happened in the international break, some breaking news in terms of football as well as FPL, just a brief discussion of that. And then we'll have some questions posted by the WhatsApp group for the mini league. So first things first, Shama, how was your Game Week 7?
Terrible. Very bad one. Another bad game week. 40 points. 2 points ahead of the average. Maybe that's the only positive to have more points than the
More points than
average.
the average, yeah.
Yeah, and I did not take a hit in the end, which I planned to do. So that is also another positive going into the game
Yeah,
week.
you're
But
right.
yeah, so 40 points, game week rank of 3.5 million, which is yeah, around mid. Yeah, it has not been a great game. It has not been a great couple of game weeks for me, let's say it like that. But I'm still in the top 10,877, just outside the
It's
top 10,000.
it's still
Um,
good, man.
yeah, still a good rank we'll take at this stage of the season. But yeah, my players in the game week were De Gea was in goal with his 2 points. United conceding again. Livramento, 4 points. Very surprising 4 points. And because he was against Chelsea, we were expecting Chelsea to keep a clean sheet and things like that. And then he won a penalty. Tierney, 6 points. Samedo, and in the middle, I had Gallagher, Greenwood. He has continued to disappoint for quite a while. Jota, 2 points, disappointing. I think the only bright light was Salah for me. Salah and Tierney. Salah with his 13 points. Ben Rahma up top. Yeah, Ben Rahma and Antonio West Ham, 2 points each. Lukaku, captain, failed a long time captain. It was planned like since game week one to captain Lukaku in this game. Everybody had this in plan when he came to the league. Oh,
It's
this is the
terrible,
target,
man.
and then
Yeah.
he came and disappointed. So yeah, 40 points all out, no hit. So it is not
I
my
think that's
worst
a
game
good
week.
thing. Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. How about you? How
Um,
was your game week?
I guess the red arrow refused to leave my side this the past 3-4 game weeks. Is just annoying, man. I was thinking like, I'll just play my wild card because that's the thing. I was planning on playing my wild card between game week 6 to 8. So 7
Yeah,
was just perfect timing. I tried to hold off. But then I thought I was gonna get the template before it becomes template. But still it's like nothing is happening. But anyway, it's a good thing because I've changed a few things trying to get players that people will be getting in the next few game weeks. But yeah, I got 41 points, which is very underwhelming. Average was 38, but still 41 for wildcard is very low. A game week rank of 3 million, and my rank fell to 438. Is it 38 or 38k? Yeah, it's just fluctuating, just around the corner, so the same range, which is not
yeah,
good. So my team, as it stands, I had Ramsdale in goal, so he gave me 6 points. Semedo 2 points. Cancelo with 0 because, of course, Man City drew with who did they even play?
Liverpool.
Liverpool 2-2, so 0 points, even though he played 90 minutes. But it was a tough game. So,
But
anyways,
but I but yeah, I think that what I told you guys that they will concede chances. So you don't expect a lot from him. I think against Liverpool, but of course if you are on a wild card, it makes sense to go with Cancelo.
yeah, I think
I
just
think
go
I
with
understand.
Cancelo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny thing is, I have Cancelo and Alonso. Alonso is on the bench. He also had 0 points. But anyways, The least expected people are the ones that actually did well. Like Duffy, he had 6 points. In midfield, I had Saka with 3 points, Salah with 13 points, who was a very big surprise that he got 13 points. So people that captained him really did well this game week. Greenwood with 1 point, Rafinha with 3 points, Antonio with 2, Captain Lukaku failed with 4 points, and then Wood with 1, who was my dark horse, the differential for the game week, because they were playing Norwich. So Wood just got 1 point. It's just annoying everywhere,
Yeah,
man, to be honest.
yeah,
But yeah,
the Wood one could have gone anywhere. I can remember you talking about Jimenez, Woods, and so yeah.
Jimenez ended up doing well, much better than
Anyway,
him.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Sometimes it's just just that
uh,
bit of luck that you need. But yeah, but I think the team looks good going forward. Of course, Woods. It was just about that game, so now it's something you have to think about. But otherwise, I think this your team looks good going forward. The wildcard team, you have the Man City players, you have the Chelsea players, and hopefully they do what we expect them to do, and then you
yeah.
you will be fine. Maybe one big game week, and then you should see a huge rank rise or something.
Let's see, man. I'm not hopeful because the way things are happening this game week, the plunge is becoming too serious. It's becoming like a rut. I can't, escape from it. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just do a brief recap of what happened in the game week 7.
Yeah.
Did you see any games in particular apart from the Liverpool Man City game, which we'll leave for last because it was a cracking game. I didn't get to watch it. It was unfortunate, but I keep hearing maybe
Yeah.
exciting
Yeah.
things.
It was a good game. It was one of the good games of the season, to be honest. Yeah, for a football fan, I think if you watch, of course, the first half did not live to expectation, or Liverpool completely were not up to the level that we expect them to be, or the Liverpool fans expect Liverpool to be. But the second half was was a cracking game. But yeah, I did saw a few games. The United game, of course, the 1-1 against Everton. Yeah, United is not just looking like a team that is ready to challenge. I think because these are
Yeah,
games
we
that
are not.
they should
We
be
should be
winning.
winning.
Yeah, Chelsea. I saw
But
their game.
to
Mm-hmm.
their defense, we brought out a different team. I don't
Yeah,
know what Ole was thinking. These are games you should be winning, and it's a derby, honestly, because Everton against Man U is always a derby. But he brought out the second team. I don't know. He was trying to rest the first team because of the Champions League. I don't know, but it didn't work out. So
yeah, I
the
did
good
that.
thing is that maybe Marshall scored because most of the supporters really are, hoping that he will get back on the horse and do well. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Um,
Yeah,
any
it's
game?
Chelsea, of course. I saw the Chelsea game too,
Chelsea.
and Lukaku missing, you know, Lukaku doing Lukaku things.
Lukaku
You know where,
thinks is.
you know
I
when
hope he
you
doesn't come back to being the
or,
Manchester
or,
United. Oh, he did well
or,
anyway.
or
But yeah,
FPL things. Let's call it FPL things. You know when everybody like
goes for the
have their
obvious choice.
yeah for
Yeah,
the obvious choice, they usually make these like terrible misses, and Lukaku
I
should have
know.
scored in that
Yeah.
game. Yeah, it was just so strange. He scored an offside goal. He had a he should have scored the Warner goal if Warner was not there, like people say, because he was just next to him. And then he had a six yards chance, hit it on the post,
uh,
and then that ended up being the third goal for Chelsea. It was just terrible to watch that Chelsea game. But yeah, I was impressed with Leeds too as well. Now they are looking back to their defensive self. I know it was
yeah.
just Watford, but I know when they dominate you, they completely dominate you, and then you cannot create a lot of chances like they did in this game week. And you will see that when we come to the start section, that they were actually the best defensive team in the week.
Wow.
I know people usually will not trust them because they will say these are leaky, but if they have
Yeah, but
everybody
when they're
fit,
defensive, they are really
it,
defensive. Because
they
I
are really
remember last
they are
season
really
too.
good.
In the
Yeah, I
second
saw the.
half, yeah,
Hmm.
when we played against them, they were like totally different Leeds team.
Exactly. So I think now is the time to tap onto their defense, which many people will be reluctant to do because of the
I think
history
so.
with,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there is Wolves too. I saw their game. I saw Huang score two brilliant goals. I saw somebody said on Twitter, was it that the goalkeeper was so bad at in the goals, or was it that Huang's shots were so good? I think it was a bit of both of them because the shots were in an angle where the goalkeeper there should not be a lot of space to score, but still he was able to find the little space there was, and the goalkeeper was not able to close those gaps. So it was a bit of both. Juan was a quality finisher, and the goalkeeper was terrible at trying to save those chances. Yeah, Arsenal too. I saw their game, but it was Brighton, of course, dominated the ball. But Arsenal were very dangerous on the break. They could have won it, nicked it in the break. Yeah, those were the games I think I saw. How about you? Did you see any other game?
I don't think I saw any game, to be honest. That's the funny thing. I couldn't watch any of the games, but I watched some of the highlights. I think I
Yeah,
watched highlights, obviously the Manchester Everton highlights,
yeah.
and I think that was it. I think the Chelsea Southampton I was following on with the
Discuss.
alerts because it was tight. It was one
Yeah,
one until when
red
Southampton got the
card.
red card. So I
Yeah,
was like, this Southampton team. It seems like in my mind the impression I have of them is that they are a bad team. But if they're doing well against Chelsea, that means the team is a solid team now.
yeah.
I'm
They are
really
good.
beginning to put and take notice of the team.
Don't forget they also drew against Manchester City at
Yeah,
Etihad.
they're a good team.
They are a good team.
We're not
Yeah,
expecting because when this guy Ings left the team, you think, oh, finally maybe they might not be doing as well as
exactly.
last season, but they're doing as a team collectively. I think they're doing well.
Absolutely well. Yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
shame that they
I,
had the red
I,
card and that changes
I
it.
like the coach. I like their manager. He's a very good manager, I think.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's some of the discussion we had on the
But
games.
what did you say about the Liverpool Chelsea game? Man City,
I didn't.
sorry.
The thing is, I didn't see it. I just knew that I missed out because this is one that I wanted to watch. But I
Uh-huh.
didn't have chance. I was busy doing other things, so
Yeah.
I couldn't watch the game. But when I saw the 2-2, I was surprised because usually it's a very tight game. It's either a
Uh-huh.
2-1 if we are lucky, but or maybe a 1-0 or a 0-0. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
Last
I
season
think
we drew. Last season they beat us. They battered us at Anfield. Actually, that was 4-1. And the season before last we won 3-1 at Anfield. I think before that was the 0-0 when Mares missed the penalty, scored it in the final minute of the game. But I think this is up there. I can remember that season when we drew 0-0 at Anfield. We went to Etihad and lost 2-1. That was a very close game. That was the game that Mane almost scored from like the 12 yard that or 12 inches that what is his name again? Stones cleared the ball off the line. And I think at the end of the season, Liverpool fans, other fans were mocking Liverpool about missing that 12 inches before to winning the league, something like that. So that was that close. I think in my time watching games, I think that was the best game. But this one, yes, this game week 2-2 is very close to that one. But still, I think that was and it comes to quality, two teams at the highest level of their power. I think
yeah,
that
I
December
think
game we lost 2-1. I think was the best. I've never seen a better one.
the thing is, and the last few seasons ago, normally when these two play is
Yeah.
like at a crucial stage of the season where they
Yeah.
either try to see in the first half whether who goes out and like take the most risk and try to score as many goals as possible, try to win the game in the first half, and then the second half everybody gets settles for whatever it is. If it's a goal, 1-1, fine, we get settled, play out the points, share the points, and then focus on
Move
other
on.
teams. But I think
Yeah.
that's but this game probably was a bit different because the second half was the most interesting one and the first half was a bit dull.
It was
So
end to
maybe a
end stuff.
switch.
Like
Yeah.
and by the end of the game, Henderson and Fabino, they were on their knees. They were so tired,
Tired.
completely knackered. They could not go on. The same goes for the Manchester City players. This was like when two fighters fight like in boxing or something, and then you see these people. They are completely like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and Fraser when they fought that and they had to stop that fight. I can remember the second one or the third one. Like at the end of the fight, Muhammad Ali said, I was completely dead. If the referee did not call when the referee called because Fraser was having like an injury, so he could not fight on. So the referee had to stop the game because of that. Ali was completely gone by that time. So it's like that when these two teams play, like
They
they
gave
were
it their
completely
100%,
they
like
give their
everything they had.
everything. So they were completely knackered. They could not go on, to be honest. I could see Fabinho like, yeah, I say, let the ref end this game. These people
These are the,
before
these are
they
the, these are the best two teams. So far, like Chelsea is close, but I think these are the best two teams in the league, and maybe you can even give them a case to say that they might be one of the best, two of the best teams in Europe.
absolutely,
Probably
absolutely. I can.
due to one of the best players right now, apart from Benzema, maybe two of them might be fighting for it. Salah, he has been exceptional.
Yeah,
I
he
think
has
he's one of the
been.
best
He has
strikers
been.
in the world football
Yeah,
right now.
he has a great style. He has a great. But I think for me personally, I still think Lewandowski. I think this
Oh
year
yeah,
he deserves it
strikers.
because of
Lewandowski has been consistent for a while now, but
yeah.
I think in terms of form, I think Salah is there, man. It's one
He's
of the
up there. Yeah, yeah.
premier
Form
runners
wise, he's the best. He's the most informed player in the
right
world
now.
right now. To be honest, yeah,
Benzema is close to, yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Benzema too
so
is there.
yeah,
Let's
before
move.
we get out of, please share the game week 7 start summary.
Righty. Let's start with game week 7 team statistics, like we always do. This table shows the attack and defense. The one on the left in blue, that is the attack, and the one on the right is defense. Attack is sorted by expected goals. So during the game week 7, the team with the highest number of expected goals was Chelsea with 3.5, followed by Tottenham, Manchester United, Liverpool at 1.6. So yeah, Liverpool being there, I am pretty happy because of we played Man City, the team that does not concede
Yeah.
chances. So to be number 4 against a team like that is very good. But yeah, in terms of big chances, Chelsea had 6 big chances, and yeah, Lukaku was involved in 2 of them. So that makes it even harder for us, the captain. I think everybody the captain, because I think everybody captain Lukaku in that game week, or maybe a few did
He was the
dive to
obvious
other like
choice, yeah.
he was the
Really
obvious
obvious.
choice, yeah. Yeah, but I think Ronaldo was the most captain player, to be honest. Like when I
Really?
check the statistics, yeah, Ronaldo was number 1 when it comes to captaincy. But that has to do with Manchester United fans because of I think more Manchester United fans play the game, so basically it's easy to captain Ronaldo. Sometimes these biases we cannot take them away out of the game. It happens to all of us, even myself. So yeah, that was it. And in terms of overperformance, the team that overperformed the most in attack was Crystal Palace. They had an XG of 1, ended up scoring 2 goals. So Leicester should feel a little bit unlucky there. And underperformance, Burnley, they created like 1.3 XG, but they scored no goal against Norwich. Norwich kept their first clean sheet of the season as well, which is nice to see. And let's look at the defensive statistics, which is sorted by expected goals conceded. So the team that conceded the least chances was Leeds United, the team that everybody targets for captaincy or something like that because of their defense is bad. Lorente was back in the week. He scored, of
Defenders are
course.
back, yeah.
So their defenders are back and they are looking solid again. They will not look convincing like Manchester City. They will not concede a lot of chances or Chelsea, something like that. But they have an exceptional goalkeeper as well as if they are defending half decent, then you know the goalkeeper will do the rest. That is why I like the Leeds defense. It's not like they are the best defensive team, but they have a half of everything. They have a decent defense and they have a very good goalkeeper who can save the chances, who can save the few chances they concede. So they are the best performing team in terms of defense. And the overperformance was Norwich. They should have conceded, but they ended up conceding 0. They conceded an XGC of 1.3 and with no goal. And Leicester City, they should have, yeah, they were the biggest underperformance. They conceded an XG of 1, which was the 7th best of the game week, but ended up conceding 2 goals against Palace. Let's move on to the player statistics of game week 7. Timo Werner. I know he's not been in our watch under our watch because of the way he misses a lot of chances, but he was very good in their game. Of course, he only scored 1 goal and had a goal disallowed. Despite the goal disallowed, he also had the highest XG, which does not include the goal disallowed, because if a goal is disallowed, that XG is completely wiped off. So despite that, he had the highest XGI of the game week with 1 point expected points sorry of 9.7, and his XGI was 1.6, which was the highest, second only to Kane and Salah with 1.5 each. And he only had 1 less big chance than Salah. Salah was involved in 3 big chances, the goal of course, and then he created the assist, and also there was the Fabinho chance which he also created. So he was involved in 3 big chances. So in terms of overperformance in the game week, the player or the player who overperforms the most was Lorente, because he's a defender. Sometimes, like I say, it's a bit complicated when it comes to that. But in terms of underperformance, Kane, he did not score, but he was involved in 2 big chances, 1.5 XGI, and his expected points was 8.6, but he only had 2 points during the game week. I know not many managers own him right now, but if you did, you should consider yourself unlucky. He had a very good game. So this looks like he's coming back to himself. He's getting back into those positions. So maybe we should start taking notice of Kane. This is the team stats for the overall season so far. Game week 1 to game week 7. In terms of attack, of course, Liverpool at the top, Manchester United just after them, and Manchester City third. These are the top 3 teams when it comes to XGI, and when it comes to defensive chances conceded, Man City XGC of 3.8. Brighton, they are number 2 with an XGC of 7.2, and Wolves 7.7 third. So yeah, I want to point something. Manchester City, like I said last week, they conceded only 2 big chances in the first 6 games, and they conceded 3 against Liverpool. I think I predicted that one. I knew they will concede, but it was meant to be. Liverpool also conceded a lot of big chances during that game. I think 2 or 3. No, 1. Sorry, Liverpool only conceded 1 in that game. Sorry. Yeah, this is the team stats and the players in terms of who is performing the best. Still Salah at the top. Just after him is Antonio. Now I think Salah has outshined Antonio because of, if you look at the expected points of 57.0, despite the red card now, I think Salah now is the per game even at the top. Antonio number 2, Mane number 3, Jota number 4, and Bruno Fernandes number 5. These are the top 5 players when it comes to expected points over the course of the season. Bruno is still up there doing
Still
his
up
things.
there. That's what I was thinking. Like, you know,
yeah, we are ignoring him, but
we are
he's still looking like an FPL asset. Like, yeah, I think the
everybody
problem.
just went to Ronaldo all of a second, and now he's still
Yeah,
there, like outperforming. In terms of stats, Ronaldo even in the same team. So
exactly.
yeah.
I think with Bruno, the thing is, last season Manchester United got a lot of penalties. He scored 18 goals last season. Man United got 9 penalties. So if anybody take that penalty out of his game, he will not be worth 12 million anymore. But of course, he will be a good FPL asset, but the price will not be worth it. So I understand why. But looking at the statistics, looking at his goals this season, looking at his involvement this season, which does not involve any penalty goal, I think he is still going to be a very good asset. I don't know if he will be the 12 million asset, but he's
I don't
still
think
a good asset.
he's worth 12 million, but he's still going to be a good asset. And the thing is, it's a new attack because we have to integrate Ronaldo into a team. I know Ronaldo is a bit older now, and the way he plays is different. So integrating him into our team is going to take a bit of time. But when I watched the game against Everton, it's not like we are poor.
Yeah.
Maybe the finishing was a bit off, but we played well. I think we played well. I don't know why some of the fans are mourning. These fans. Well, we played well. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is we keep on conceding these
silly goals,
one goals.
Counter-attacking goals.
I don't like that. I want us to be firm because our defense is good enough. We can shut out teams.
But you guys are struggling in defense right now, right? Because Maguire is out. The Varane,
Varane is also out. So
Varane is also out. So it means Bailey and
back to Bailey and Lindelof. I don't want to think about it. And this is one of our toughest runs that we're going to have in a long time. Next 7 games is crazy.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's tough games.
So it's just wrong timing. Anyway.
Yeah. And with my De Gea in goal, so I think that one I have to think about it too.
You need to change that, man. It's looking very suspect right now. Anyway, so thanks for that. The game week 7 stats summary. We'll move on to the mini league update. So the Kotu Classic mini league update. So first things first, the manager of the week is Sporzy. UP Prabowo. He had 66 points for the game week, the highest in the game week. And let's just look at his team. So anyway, first of all, congrats to UP. Did well because honestly, not many people did well this week. Last week, sorry. So in goal, he had Sanchez with 6 points, Shaw with 2 points, Rudiger 2, and Jansen. I've never even seen this name before. Jansen of Brentford. Wow.
Brentford. I think he's the captain, if I'm not wrong. Yeah,
that's a good one.
He's the Brentford captain.
I always wanted to get a Brentford defender into my team, but can't find the time. So also he had Son in his team with 10 points. So this is and then he captained Salah with 26 points.
Which was a brave call, right?
Very brave call in a big game. and he captained him, and that reward paid off. And Sar with 1, Kovacic with 2, and Gray with 2, and then up front he had Vardy with 8 points, and then Anthony with 2 points. Yeah, overall it was a really good game week
Yeah,
for
those
you.
I think those 3 picks like Vardy, Salah
Yeah.
captain, and Son.
Son is a very good pick because I'm really looking at Son. When I watched their highlights, they were impressive.
I think he should have been. I think he should have been in your wild card. Yeah,
I think so too. But the problem is he's still not cheap. You know.
But yeah, 10 million. Yeah.
Cheap, man. Like you can't get all these players like Salah, Son, and then you want to get Lukaku. Ah man, it's a lot.
So how about the double up top, Ronaldo and Lukaku?
No,
Is
I don't think I'll do that. Not anymore. There's no money, man. The coffers are empty. The bank is not giving. Not anymore. Lukaku, I'm really thinking, man, if he continues this missing of the thing that is, let's go back to our normal FPL assets that we know. We don't have time for this.
But if he belongs against Norwich, Brentford is okay. For me, Brentford is okay. But if he belongs against Norwich, really he will not.
That's the last chance. We don't have time. You can't be that expensive and be missing chances like that, man.
Seriously, man.
No.
Seriously.
Okay. So just to recap the top 5 of the Kotu Classic Mini League. In 5th, we have a new entrant, Kanae Shinazaki. Wow. But that's good. Just slimely climbing the ranks. In 4th, still in 4th, we have Andrew Henning. And falling to 3rd is Alaji Job, who was 2nd. And then rising to 2nd is Sanjali Bojang. And you're still number 1. Abdullah Cham at Kotu Classic Chama. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know who's Sanjali Bojang?
No, I don't know Sanjali Bojang.
I'm sure you will not know. It's Sonny.
Oh, really? Sonny is 2nd?
That's why every time you say Sanjali Bojang, you don't react with like, oh, it's Sonny. So I kind of feel that you don't know who.
He's doing well, man. That's nice.
He's doing exceptionally well. Yeah, he's just next to me now.
Okay, this makes me. Let me start getting my act together because I can't be bantering with somebody in the group who's ahead of me in this the league. No way. No. We have to do something. Okay, so moving on to look at some of the game week 8 fixtures and the most anticipated one in terms of FPL. So looking at the fixtures, Chama, which games do you think jumps out to you in terms of performance, and which games you think your FPL assets can do well in?
This week is quite strange. There is nothing very obvious, but of course there is a game where there will be a definite winner. I think that is Manchester City Burnley. Man City is gonna win that one it's gonna be another 5-0. I think it has been 5-0. It has been well. We talked about it. We talked about it last time, right?
Yeah, we did.
I think 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row it has been 5-0. So it's gonna be another 5-0. But who's gonna get the points, right? That is where the question. That is where our question comes.
Who's gonna start?
Exactly.
Who's gonna get the points?
Exactly. That is the problem. So that's why it's difficult to say Manchester City is gonna be. This is the game I target. But when it comes to wins, I think that is the game you wanna target for win and clean sheets. So I'm gonna be a bit of I'm gonna invest in them a little bit this time around, and then ignore that who's gonna score and who's not gonna score. I'm just gonna get a couple that I like, the best I think, and then I will leave it to Pep. He do whatever he likes, so I can take it. So, but yeah, that's the game to target. Of course, Salah with his form now against Watford away from home could be interesting, but Watford have a new manager. We have not talked about that. They have Ranieri. He's a former Premier League champion with Leicester. He did it against all odds. He did the Premier League with Leicester City. So he deserves a respect. And moving into a new team, he can, that new manager bounce. He has that aura to bring it to Watford. So, of course, Salah is popular. And I think I will go there. But also the game is 12:30, right? That is the early kickoff game.
That is what I was going to talk about. That's what I was going to talk about.
And I know that
It's a
Yeah, it's
dilemma.
a dilemma for you.
As you can see,
Uh,
which we'll show, I'll talk about later on. My boss team captain is Salah, but I have a position because I'm doing it. It's been working for me, to be honest.
uh,
Last season or 2 seasons back, I've noticed, like we are mentioning, that your first captain in the first game, most of the time, if it blanks, you are in for a long game week, because if it blanks,
yeah,
you're hoping that other captains elsewhere also blank, so that you can get your, it's just a whole lot of mess, and your game week is ruined.
exactly.
So to save yourself the trouble, just captain somebody else. But looking at this now, I think captain it's going to be difficult, because Man City have the best fixtures, no
Yeah,
doubt. The problem is who you're going to choose. That's another
ex-
one. So there are three different things.
exactly.
Who is going to start? Who are you going to bring into your team? And then going the extra step to even captain one of them. That is a
Ex-
whole lot of responsibility. Like, it's a risk, a big risk
Yeah, it's a big
against,
risk. Yeah,
um,
but for
like,
me personally, yeah, for me, I can take that. I can take that.
you can take the risk to captain a Man City player.
No, not Man City. I mean, I can take this Salah.
It's
Like
gonna be,
blanket.
man.
Ali
Because
blank. I can take it. I
you know
can
what
take it.
else?
Uh huh.
Watford is always a difficult game against you guys. Remember, was it last season or 2 seasons ago when they were in the Premier
Uh-huh.
League that they beat you guys, like the
3-0.
counter
Yeah.
attacking? It's scary, man. They really feel confident against you guys. But one thing also is Liverpool is a different team now. But
Uh-huh.
Watford haven't been doing very badly that you say that they needed the new manager. It's maybe just felt like they could save the season the way they were going if they bring in somebody new.
Yeah.
Which, kudos to them. I think maybe it might be the right call.
Yeah.
But nobody knows, man.
Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, for me personally, I think the team that lost 3-0 to them is a better team than the team we have now. I think that season the team Liverpool had is just up there with the best team I have ever seen Liverpool produce in my
It's still the
time.
same team, right? I
So
don't think anything has changed much.
no,
It's
yeah,
still
it's the same team, it's the same players, but the attitude that the team showed, the hunger that team showed, the desire that team showed, like it was just perfect. Everything was at the top of their peak. So players will go down. Some players will go. Like Milner is not as good as he was like then. Something like that. Anderson, maybe he had a better season that season than he's having like now. Like Van Dijk is from an injury. He's not up to the level that he was.
yeah,
Right.
it's not.
So I mean, all those things come together. It's not just about the players. Of course, in that there are other sides of the game like experience where it is better now than it was then. But I just think that team was the perfect team when it comes to going into every game to battle. And I think going into that game, we were like 27 games wins and one draw, which has never been done in the league, which was exceptional. So I think that team is just better than this team.
You
But
think that
of
team is better
course,
than the team we have now? Wow. Okay.
yeah. I think this team we have now is capable of winning the league. I think that. But that team, that 2-year team, when everybody was fit, no, really, I cannot. In my time as a Liverpool fan, there is no team better than it for Liverpool. I think I don't know other teams, and I think he will run other teams close to as well. And also talking about Watford and Salah, that season, the first leg was at Anfield. Salah scored 2 goals. I think I captained him, if I remember well. That was when he scored, I think, from a Mane assist and Divock Origi assist. And also, Salah's first ever game for Liverpool was against Watford, away to Watford. He scored and assisted. So that is another thing. And also, Salah, his best ever point haul in an FPL was against Watford. He scored 4 goals and 1 assist against them.
So
And,
so what so what you're
what
saying
I'm saying is
what
Salah.
you're saying is
Watford is a good fixture for Salah, regardless
no
of the
no
3-0
no no
loss
no
last
no
season.
no. What you're saying is,
uh,
let us captain Salah, so that if it goes bad, we blame it on you.
no way. I'm just giving you the record. I'm just giving you what has happened with
It
Salah.
goes it goes against everything, like all our superstition about captaining the first game,
Yeah,
so everything
well,
goes out the window.
we don't
Captain
have
Salah,
problem.
if it goes wrong,
Me,
please
me, I don't
make
have.
all your questions or all your comments.
I used to have problem with captaining a player in the first fixture, but that's no more. Now it's all about
Okay.
who I think is gonna give me the points. It's not
Okay.
about is it first or second.
I
The
think
best.
it's FPL is fun with a bit of superstition. To be honest, I will not lie to you. Once I stopped doing this, it's been working for me since I think the end of last season. That's when I said, okay, you know what, let me just skip this. But now this is difficult because Liverpool is a good team.
Uh-huh.
But for having you coach, there's so many factors involved in this,
Yeah.
And if you look at the fixture list, there are not many captaincy option that jump out to you. So I mean, this
Exactly.
can, like, it might not be, a difficult thing to think about. But
So
yeah,
if you were to punt on Manchester City, who will you try?
if I was to punt right now, I
Man
think I will
City
talk about this in
ca- ca-
my
team.
team
Okay.
for game week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's leave that. Let's leave that for later.
let's
Let's
leave
leave.
that for yeah. Yeah, for now, let's just skip that. Okay, so
Okay.
I think, yeah, those are the only games. We have a few other games. Like, I think we should start watching out for Spurs because they might be picking up on a bit of form.
Yeah.
The Kane and Son. I was really impressed with Son when I saw the highlights. Very impressive. He was everywhere. He was involved in many of their attack. So yeah, if I
Okay.
could afford it, yeah. If not,
Yeah. Let's talk about the new Arab money in town. Newcastle and Spurs. You're talking about Spurs. So what do you expect from that game? Because Newcastle have already sold out their tickets. They haven't done that in a very, very long time. The
so
tickets for the game have been sold out against Tottenham. So everybody is excited. Everybody is buzzing. There is a possibility the coach might even be sacked before the game. I have read that on the Athletic. These
This
people
is
are not there for they
what
are
kind
not
of
joking, right?
ruthless. Yeah, I heard that they're making some inquiries about they wanna I think they inquired about Marshall, Anthony
Mm-hmm.
Marshall, to see if they can get him. So they want to start the rebuild now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if for those of us that haven't really known what is going on, Newcastle have been taking over the Saudi, is it the Saudi
Yeah.
prince
The
or the
Saudi
royal
prince.
family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they've bought the club from this is it Ashley? Who's the owner of
Yeah.
the
Mike
company?
Ashley. Mike
Mike
Ashley.
Ashley. Okay, that's it.
Newcastle fans
So
really
they
wanted
bought,
him to
yeah.
go
So they
gone. Yeah.
yeah they bought the club from him, and then now they're hoping to rebuild. And I think what I saw a stat. I don't know if I can verify this, but they say that the Saudi royal family is richer than all the other clubs
Combined.
owners, their net worth combined. So
Yeah.
people should be
It's
scared.
crazy, right?
It's exciting because you like it's still the English Premier League, and this is another Man City that is coming, even probably
Yeah.
even better in terms of the funds that they're going to inject into the team. And it's going to be like, okay, now who's the new which top club is going to be kicked out of the top six now? Is it going to be
Yeah.
already we have Liverpool, we have Man City, we have the other teams struggling there like Manchester United. So now who's gonna kick in? Who's gonna leave their space for Newcastle? Because like it or not, if they invest in that team, the next 3 or 4 years they're gonna be top there with the best of them.
Yeah, they can
100%.
invest, but yeah, I think it takes
It's gonna
time
take them
to
a while to get there, but still,
be there. Yeah.
I think the way they're gonna do it, they're not just gonna buy players for buying sake. They're gonna buy
Mm.
and build and plan, which is very important. That's what Man
Yeah,
City is doing.
Yeah, Man City they did an
Yeah.
exceptional plan.
They plan, and they found a sustainable way to bring in new players as well, and all these things. And
Yeah,
Newcastle,
but
to be honest,
uh-huh.
Newcastle, they have a rich history. They have a really rich history. They've won cups, international cups before, unlike
Yeah.
Man City that never really won anything. So yeah,
Yeah, they have won, but they haven't won anything since 1954 or something like that.
yeah,
But
that was
when
the
it
old
comes
days.
when it comes to fan base, when it comes to club, I think they are a bigger club than Manchester City. Like at the
Oh
time
yeah,
that Manchester City was taking over, I think Newcastle is a bigger brand. It's a better fan base than Man City, so maybe that will work in their favor. But then the time they are coming to, we have to consider the fact that teams are richer now. Premier League is much richer than every other competition. So if they are coming to the when Man City came into the Premier League, teams were not as rich as they are at this point in time. So Man City did not have to compete in terms of riches. I know money can
I
buy you
think so too.
success. They did not have to compete in terms of riches because there are already teams that were not rich enough and they were substandard teams. But right now, even Aston Villa can spend, even Everton can spend
Yeah,
money.
they can
All
spend.
these other teams can spend. So, what does spending mean? And who are the players they are going to attract? Are they going to attract the players like Mbappe's, like the Messi's?
No,
That is not
I
yet
think
now. If it
that
takes
yeah,
time, yeah.
but still, I feel like they're not gonna go about it like just 1 second. They want to sign everybody. When Man City came, what they first did? They start taking players from that were around the same maybe
Yeah,
level as them.
yeah,
Try to to entice them, get all the players. Then when they
yeah.
started moving up, then I think 1 or 2 seasons after they got better players. So you see what they were doing until they got to that
Yeah,
level. Now they can attack the best of the players like in the
yeah,
world.
yeah. I think that is possible. But what I mean is, Manchester City, they wanted Grealish this season, for example. Aston Villa say 100 million. If you don't pay it, we don't because Aston Villa don't need to sell. They don't need to sell.
They don't need to sell.
So it's not just about having the money; it's about the other side also willing to sell. Man City wanted Kane. Kane, they could not buy him because Tottenham stood their ground that this is the price. If you cannot do it, leave us alone. We're not gonna sell because they don't need to sell. So what?
But here's the thing:
mm-hmm.
the Saudi royal family is much richer than Man City.
It's not just about riches.
Fact,
that is the thing you have to understand.
What they just need is just numbers. Just give us the number.
No. But you have to remember there is FFP too. So there is a limit that you can spend on. So there's a cap. It's not just you can just you want 100 million, 150 million. Man City, Newcastle this summer, they can spend up to 200 million. Okay, that is the base they can spend 200 million. Okay, if they want a player like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, like you say, the teams around them, everything will say 100 million. Or everything say.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you. The thing is, there's one thing that's going to work against them is because they know they have money now.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, now teams like Manchester United have shown other teams that you can go to Europe and get better players for cheaper.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't really have
what players are you talking about? Like what players are you talking about? Like
like the Portos and some of these players that are upcoming, but they're good players. If you invest in them now, that's what I'm saying. The planning is very important.
Yeah.
You know, if they have a team that they can build, they can grow with, like they don't even need to go out and spend that much money. Like that's what Man City was doing. They have a very good academy.
Yeah.
Recruit all the top talents in the world. Bring them. You understand? It's gonna take them if they want success now.
But that would not give but these people they want success now. That's why the money is about, like you say, it's about planning. It's not about money. So
it's about
planning. What you had, it's about planning. It's not about money. So they have the money, but to break into what is already established like teams, I think that it's gonna take much longer than it took Manchester City or it took Chelsea.
So?
For example.
I don't think it's gonna take them much, but anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, because Manchester City use their money. Manchester City do both at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. They buy Aguero, they buy Yaya Toure, they buy all these good players. Like Newcastle can do the same thing. They can go to Barcelona, buy Coutinho, because Barcelona are now in a mess. They can go to other teams, They can go to what team can I say? Teams like AC Milan, they have this midfielder. What is it called? The Cameroonian guy? No, not Ivorian guy.
Frank Kessie.
Kessie. His contract ends in the end of this year. So if they offer them,
that's what I'm saying. They can do it smart. They can do it very smart. They just offer them.
Yeah.
Like just offer them really good wages, and they will come.
Yeah. But they can, but don't forget the established clubs like Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea. So how to get over those teams is not gonna be now. I think you can break into the top 6 or top 7, top 8, and then
maybe next 5 years. That's what I'm saying. That's what Man City did. Man City did it in like about 3 to 4 years or so.
Yeah, boy. Okay, this is another
discussion for another time. So let's move on to our teams and our transfers. So Chama, let's go on with your team. Like, what transfers did you make for game week 8?
Yeah, my team here looks like that. So you can see a couple of like sky blue players in my team.
Yeah, I see some flags.
So and a lot of flags of. A lot of flags, of course.
Foden and Cancelo, okay.
Yeah, so I went with the Man City duo, Foden and Cancelo, to get -4 again. I did it, I think, almost like last week, which was a bit of a risk because of the player I had. Greenwood was about to drop in price, and Foden was about to rise in price. So not necessarily Foden, Cancelo was about to rise in price. So I decided to get rid of my defender, and that was who did I get rid of again? Williams of Norwich. He did not start. They kept a clean sheet, and that really pissed me. Norwich for their first clean sheet, and the 4 million defender that I hope to gain some value from, he did not start. So I just get rid of him because he did not start that game. So I came with the Man City double. But of course, Trent was already flagged, but he's back in training, so I am okay there now. Lukaku, he kind of forged an injury to go back to Chelsea because he didn't want to play the third place game. Maybe that's how people are saying it. And Jota, he got a knock. He did not even train with Portugal, so he's sent back to Liverpool yesterday. So that's something I have to worry about. And Firmino did not go to international for international, so that means Jota will probably not start. That is my only
Might be
worry.
fit now, yeah.
Yeah, but I have a decent bench because I have Samedo on my bench. I have Gallagher on my bench, so that means I can do without 1 or 2 injuries. I can do with 1 or 2 injuries. So yeah, just bring in the 2 Man City players for Williams and Greenwood. Greenwood, I was not really happy with. He was not really. He started the season well, but in the last 3 game weeks or 4 game weeks, he was not great enough. So yeah, I get rid of him. This is my game week 18. Sorry.
Yeah, I just go through the names said for those of the listeners that are listening to the podcast.
Yeah, in goal I have De Gea, Cancelo, Tierney, Alexander-Arnold, Livramento. In midfield, I have Salah, Foden, Jota, and Ben Rahma starting. Lukaku and Antonio up top, 4-4-2 formation. Yeah, in case Jota don't play, then Samedo will come in for him. That's it.
Okay.
You want to go through your team? Do you have any comment on my team before you move to your team?
I think the 2 options you have in the midfield, Man City players is the ones that I would like to have. I already have Cancelo. The one I want to get for a hit is Foden. He's the one that's looking really bright now, because I've tried Mahrez a few times, hasn't worked out. Every time I bring in my team, just it's a disaster. So no more. No more. Yeah, so it's a good looking team, man. So for my team,
De Gea. Only De Gea will go.
De Gea is the only one that should probably. But to be honest, he's one of the best forms of his life right now.
Of his career, yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean, you might as well just probably be getting bonus points for the
save
that
points.
he's gonna make. Yeah.
So I will keep him for this game week for sure, and I will give him and I will see, because next game they play Liverpool at home. Usually Manchester United concede a lot of chances against Liverpool at Old Trafford, but Liverpool don't score a lot there. Of course, last season we scored 4 there, but that was because of the circumstance. But usually we don't score more than 1 goal at Old Trafford. So I think De Gea can give me some save points in that game. Of course, I want Liverpool to win. Maybe if that is a 1 goal, then let it be a 1-0 for Liverpool.
Okay, so moving on to my team for game week 8. I think it's just the same wildcard team with just one change. I took out Wood, who was a 1-week punt against Norwich, but he didn't really do well for me, so I took him out again. I brought in Jimenez. And so my team is a 3-4-3. In goal, I have Ramsdale against Crystal Palace. And then I have Duffy against Norwich. I have Alonso against Brentford. And then I have Cancelo against Burnley. Then I have captain for now, Salah against Watford. Then I have Rafinha against Southampton.
It's 12:30.
I know. And I have Greenwood against Leicester. And I have Saka against Crystal Palace. And then in attack, I have Antonio against Everton, Lukaku against Brentford, and Jimenez against Aston Villa. On my bench, I have Livramento, Semedo, and Brownhill. So the thing now that I'm trying to do is I want to also take a hit and bring in Foden for Greenwood. But also I'm thinking about getting back Trent, because that was the original plan to get somebody. That's why I didn't want to take him out in the first place, because now I have to switch things around. I have to downgrade Jimenez to maybe Huang, and then I'll be able to afford Semedo to TAA again. So we'll see how that goes. I have to take a few hits maybe between this game week and the next. So that's the thing.
But TAA is not an imminent one. I think next 3 fixtures.
It's not, but I want to get him, but it's going to be gradual. Yeah, I want to get him back. Honestly, I just want him there. I forget about how the headache. I don't want the headache of how to bring him back again.
Not having him, that's the. It's not nice. It's not nice watching without him in your team.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't forget. That was the whole point why I didn't want to take him out. But anyways, yeah. So that's the team, and yeah.
So you did the Jimenez move.
I did the Jimenez move. Yeah, I did them. In fact, on second thought, I think I may have rushed this. It would have been much easier if I had gone one. and then just it would have been a straightforward Semedo to TAA, and then just Foden, because Foden is slightly more expensive than Greenwood now. It's at 7.9 if he hasn't gone up.
Yeah,
So that would have been easy for me, yeah. But I guess we'll see, because everybody's going for Juan Jimenez. Might be a bit of a differential if he does well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, moving on to our captaincy discussions. So let's continue this one. Captaining. Are you gonna captain Foden? Would you captain Foden? Let me see. That's the question. Would you captain Foden?
And no. It's simple answer, no.
But he's gonna score. He's gonna score. They're gonna score 5 goals against Burnley, man. Come on, you do something.
Yeah, if I was gonna captain someone at Man City, it will be Cancelo, not Foden.
Cancelo. Wow, really? So you don't think they'll score?
Yeah. I think. Well, Man City don't concede chances. That is the thing. It was Liverpool last game, so that's a different story. They conceded because it was Liverpool. But now going forward against Burnley, a team that is struggling to create chances, that is creating like 1.xg or something like that. Man City don't concede chances. Before the Liverpool game, they only conceded 6 shots on target the whole of this season. Of course, there's another issue. Ederson might not play, but I don't care who is in goal. Ederson don't concede chances. He conceded, like I saw yesterday, FPL Raptor, he was talking about the goalkeepers. Man City conceded 0.6 shots on target per game before over the course of the season. That included the Liverpool game. 0.6 shot on target per game. So it's less than 1 shot on target he's conceded. He's just there as a I think when he's just there standing there. What he does for Man City is his passing, his distribution, and things like that. I know he's not great shot stopper. Sometimes he does this shot stopping once here and there, but he's not great at that department when it comes to shot stopping. But because Man City don't concede, you don't have to worry about his shot stopping qualities.
Exactly. It's just be there and distribute and be alert when you need to be. That's all.
So if Cancelo plays, I am quite sure I can get. I am very confident. Okay, not sure, but I am very confident that I will get the 6 points. That is the clean sheet points or 5 points. And if he doesn't get a yellow card, then anything that he adds there, it becomes a good captain. But I don't know if he will start. Then that makes it difficult for me. That makes it difficult for me. And Foden, because I don't know he will start too. But yeah, if I was sure both of them were starting, I would rather captain Cancelo than Foden.
Or he just comes in and gives you like 5 minutes, and then he ruins your best captaincy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So yeah, I think according to our captaincy matrix sticker, the first we have 1 to 6 options for the best options for this game. The first option is KDB Sterling versus Burnley.
Yeah.
Second is Aubameyang versus Crystal Palace. The third is Salah Mane versus who are you playing again? I can
Watford away.
And then Kane Son versus Newcastle, and Lukaku versus Brentford, and then last but not least Ings versus Wolves. So these are the top best options according to stats and own captaincy
and price.
Price, everything combined, just all the factors we can.
Yeah, so Sterling maybe Sterling is not a Sterling. Of course, he's at the top, but because we don't even know if he will start. KDB, I'm sure he will start. So if I had him, for sure,
definitely captain. Yeah,
I would definitely captain him. But I cannot have him right now, so that's difficult. Aubameyang too, it could be a surprise one, but Crystal Palace has been decent.
They have been very good recently. Yeah.
So looking at all these things, I will just go with the form guy. Yeah, I'm not the form type of. I'm the fixture type of person, but because of I don't have
it's safer.
It's safer. Yeah, it's not bad. He's still in the list.
Looking at this now, because we don't have the top players. For Man City, KDB, I don't think many people have him. Sterling doesn't play, so he's even less of a popularity. So, yeah, Aubameyang, I don't see many teams with Aubameyang. So the best option is Salah Mane versus Watford. So yeah, I think we'll go with that, regardless of the superstition that we
have. Saturday will not be net. Saturday will be net.
We're watching from behind the sofa. Okay, so last but not the least, we'll talk about. We have a few questions from the mini league, the managers in the mini league. So we'll tackle them. I think we can probably alternate and see if we can ask each other the questions. The first question is: which Everton player wants to look out for, Townsend or Doucouré? This is from Valdemar Johnson. Chama.
Yeah, I would
What are
say
your thoughts?
I would say both. If asked which one I prefer, short term I would say Townsend. Long term I would say Dukure. So it's a mixed answer. Why I prefer Townsend short term, because they have injuries and he is on penalties and he is starting every game. But I think if everybody is fit in their team, Dukure will still start, and Townsend's chances of starting will be on the risk, because when Richarlison is back, Calvert-Lewin is back, I think Townsend might be the player who will miss out. But at this point in time, I think I will go with Townsend. But Dukure is not a bad pick. Just I prefer him long term pick if I was not punting. Like,
But the problem is these two players, even though they are good players,
yeah,
I mean, right now they might be a bit of on a bit of a form. I was talking about Dukure a few game weeks back,
yeah,
but the thing is, right now, with all the options we have, do you think they will start if you have them in your team? I don't think so.
like Dukure.
Because I mean, if
No,
you have your FPL team right now,
yeah,
do you think you will start them
it depends on
with
the
all
fixture.
with all the
It,
options we
it,
have
it,
right now?
it depends on the fixture. If it is a good fixture, I don't mind. Yeah,
I don't know. But anyways,
yeah.
moving on. For me, I don't think I would. There are better options in the game than these two, to be honest. Greenwood's form a cause for concern. I don't know what they're talking about. In fact, if you watch the game, he is one of the best players on the pitch.
Uh-huh.
There's a reason why they cannot bench him. He
Yeah, of
doesn't
course.
stay playing everywhere. The only problem they have right now is that we are not really scoring goals.
Yeah,
We are playing, but our conversion is really poor. I don't know why that is, but yeah. But Greenwood is on form, and he is the only one that is actually taking the shots in the like trying to score.
yeah.
You know,
I agree. But I think the coming of Ronaldo kind of take something away from him,
maybe
because
I think so.
before that, before Ronaldo started playing, I think he was like the main source to score the goals. Of course, Bruno was there, but right now he has to compete with being the main passing to who will receive the passes. I know he get pissed off when he when Ronaldo don't pass him the ball or something like that. I can see I saw him one or twice, but I think Ronaldo's presence kind of took away something from him. Of course, the form maybe Val is talking about here is about the goals, and he has not scored in the last 3 or 4 games. So on that regard, you will say that he's not on form. But like you say, I think he's taking a lot of shots. Yeah, I'm concerned too. That's why I get rid of him.
You know, Leicester's defense is not really the best defense this season. That's also
Yeah,
like one of the things. I'm not saying we win the game, but the defense, I'm sure that we'll probably score 1 or 2 goals. That's why I'm a
yeah,
bit skeptical. But I think Burnley, Man City is way more of a better fixture this game week.
yeah. But yeah,
So
let's start to, yeah. Defensively, they have not been sound,
they are
but
not the best. Yeah.
they have been unlucky too. Like I said last week, they were the most unlucky team when it comes to conceding. They should not have conceded 2 goals. One should have been enough. And they played against Man City. They conceded a few number of chances. They conceded one against City. So they have not been great, but when they play against the big boys too, they usually turn up, especially at home. So I can see United scoring, but I'm not seeing a lot of like a sea of goals in that game.
Okay. With Jota missing Portugal's last game, would it be wise to replace or keep him? I think you spoke a bit about this.
Yeah. If you are getting rid of him for nothing, like free transfer, unlike me, which I have to take a hit in that case. I don't think it is wise to take a hit for him. He can be benched. He is not an really expensive player. He's a player you can sit on the bench for 1 game or 2 game weeks. And if you look at it in the next 2 games, Liverpool they don't have a good fixture. They play after Watford, which he's a doubt of. Then we play Man United. So there are 2 fixtures that you might not want to start. But of course, he scored at Old Trafford last season. He's the third best player when it comes to starts this season at his cheap price. Of course, there's the risk of him starting or not, because Firmino is fully back and he did not report to international team. So that makes it very likely that Jota will not start the next game, even when fit. So yeah, if you are getting rid of him for free, then yeah, it makes sense. If you are getting rid of him for a hit, I don't think it's wise. You can bench him.
Okay. Arsenal seem, last question from Val. Arsenal seem to
Yeah.
have a good run of fixtures. Would taking a look at Saka or Smith will be a good option? We already have Saka in most teams.
You have
Smith
him. I
Rowe too.
don't.
So, oh yeah, I have Saka. He's on a wild card though, but I don't
On,
think
yeah, on
I'll
wild card.
bring him
Most
in
wild card
for a
teams
hit
have
or
him.
anything like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I see Arsenal as they're a better team since I think the last 3 or 4 game weeks since the woeful start. But then they don't strike me as a team that's going to score a lot of goals just yet.
Yeah.
So maybe the 1 or 2 goals there. I think the defensively, yeah, looking at their fixtures, I think defensively, I think it's worth taking a look at. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last set of questions, or one question from Sonny Senjali. They were guide us second in the league. Now I won't forget that. So, okay, Rafinha out or keep, because Brazil players will come late. So if not, all would start the weekend games. I think, yeah, this is what we need to address. There was an announcement about that Brazil were saying that their players would not return early from the international break. So I think this is a major cause for concern, because I think South America in general, right? But Brazil announced this.
Yeah. It's South America in general. Of course they can play because the restrictions for players going abroad have been, eased. They can play, but the issue there is Brazil play on Friday. That is Friday. If you take it UK time, it's gonna be Friday early morning, early hours of Friday, and Rafinha plays for Leeds on Saturday. That is like 1 hour. One day turnaround is about 33 hours in between the two games, so he has to travel and then play. It is possible. Maybe he might not start for Brazil. Maybe he might not play for Brazil, and then it's easy. But then if you take all these things into account, it's difficult. Liverpool players will not play. Klopp already said that Alisson and Fabinho are out for that game. Because Liverpool play the early kickoff too, but Leeds are not playing the early kickoff, which give them a little bit more time. So just Liverpool saying their players will not play does not mean other teams' players will not play. But I will be very skeptical if I'll be very surprised, if Rafinha plays, because of the time between the two games.
Yeah, it's a long flight also, and then the jet lag and all these things, you have to consider them. So yeah, I think it's better to rest. It's just one player, even though he's an influential player.
But you can start him. Yeah, but you can start him.
Yeah, just put him there, and then if he starts, but what if he comes on for the last 5 minutes and then blocks your player from the bench?
Yeah, well, maybe he's better than the player in the bench. If he is, if you have a better option on the bench, then maybe you can bench him. But if you don't have a better option, you can start him, and if he don't play, then the 2-pointer or something will come from the bench.
Okay, so I think we've come to the end of the pod. Chama, any last words before we close?
Yeah,
this is FPL back after the international break. So
yeah. International break, boy. International break is too much.
Yeah. Anyway, congrats also to France for winning the Nations League against Spain. It was a very good watch. Watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. Just to give a plug-in of the Kotu Classic, or the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, which is the home of the Gambia Football Show and the Kotu Classic podcast. So guys, if you are watching or if you are listening, you can follow us on YouTube. And if you like what we do, just hit that like button. It helps us get seen, things like that. Make it easy for others to support or subscribe to the channel. So we're counting on you guys to help us with that. So yeah, that's it.
All right, so you heard it first. Please guys, support the pod as usual and the YouTube channel. We wish everybody the best as we get back after the international break. It's been a downer of a few weeks, so hopefully everybody gets a clean arrow. All right, guys, take care and catch you guys on the next one.